To export a list of vendors based on categories, we'll first log into the space page. Click vendor management, click at the list, right? So we can export for AVL, NWL, and also WL. So for example, let's say we want to export for AVL. Click AVL. Right, as you can see the list of vendors within your server, okay? Their names, their vendor code, vendor group, and all the other details over here. Okay, so what we want to do is actually to export out. So we click action, and then we have the category section. Scores is basically, for example, let's say you want to export a based on their VP scores, then you can actually select scores. If based on categories, we just select categories over here. So we click categories. Okay, so once we click categories, you can see all the list of vendors within your server. Right, we have their names, vendor code, vendor group, their vendor category, and all the other details over here. Their vendor work category and also vendor sub-work categories. So sub-work categories and work category and vendor category is based on what the vendor registered. Right, so we can filter at this section here. For example, let's say I want to filter for architecture works. Right, so that's one level of filtering. And let's say we want to do a further filter under the vendor work categories, we can do so. So for example, let's say I just want to do for commercial. And then let's say you want to filter another level for their vendor sub work categories, you can do so. Right, so from this part here, we can see it's only architecture works who are involved with commercial vendor work category. So what we can do is we just click download. So we download, click save. So once you click save, you can just click at the file. Right, so you can see the file as such. So you have their vendor name, vendor code, their vendor group, vendor category, vendor work category. Scroll to the right and you can see their vendor sub work categories also if they register with it. Right, so that's how you export out your list of vendors based on categories. If let's say you want to export out for NWL and also WL, then we can just go back to our page here. Okay, so we just click NWL. Similarly, we go action, click categories. Right, so you can filter based on what is the vendor category that you want, for example, architecture works. Right, so we click download. So once you click download, you just click save and then you can view the Excel file. And lastly, we have WL over here. Click action, click categories. Example, that should filter again architecture works. Click download and click save. So we'll have your Excel file for you to view. So that's how we export our list of vendors based on categories.